Hello everybody, this is Yeti of YetiPlayerOne, and today we are finally taking a look at the Drake Corsair. Drake Corsair just released with the 3.17.4 patch. It's been probably a few weeks and I have been falling in love with this ship. Oh my gosh. So, the Drake Corsair is meant to be an explorer. To some, it's the explorer of other people's cargo. It does have a crew of 4 and a cargo of 72 SCUs. The ship itself sports a large shield, 4 size 5 hardpoints on the front of the ship, and 2 additional size 4 hardpoints on the left wings. In addition to those being the pilot weapons, mind you, those are the pilot guns, which makes for a lot of fun, by the way. There are 3 turrets, 2 manned, 1 remote, all sporting dual size 2 weapons. And of course, the missile complement is, if I remember correctly, it comes standard with 8 size 3 missiles. That can be turned into, which I did on my ship, I turned it into 32 size 1 missiles. Kind of makes it kind of interesting if you ask me. So, but taking a look inside, we're going to go ahead and take a look inside here through the back cargo bay. Right off the get-go, I just love the fact that there's space. There's cargo space. There can fit a small land vehicle in here. Don't imagine you're going to be fitting any ballistas or Centurions in here. That just doesn't seem to work. However, you could fit a Kruger, Merlin, or Archimedes in here. Just to be like, oh, this is like my hangar bay for a small snub fighter. That could be interesting. Yes. So, one of the things that I immediately noticed when I first looked at this ship was floodlights. So you can flood the back ramp when it's dark outside. So you can see what you're doing, you know, because it's always nice to have some lighting here. Doing anything in the dark side of a moon is a freaking pain. Also, one other thing you might notice in this cargo bay are the components. There are some components that are actually in the cargo bay here. Like the cooler, the power plant, the shield generator. So I think that's interesting because I haven't seen that in any other ship that I can recall. The components are in the cargo bay, and I imagine that's along with the aesthetic of Drake, which is always so industrial and no frills, just functional, right? Just industrial, functional. Sometimes military. Alright, coming in here, we do have some more component access. This is obviously going to be a little more important when it comes to physicalized damage of components, and you're going to have to make repairs mid-flight. That is the thing that's coming eventually, so don't be surprised when it does. Going right over here. This is meant to be an explorer, so just remember, keep that in mind. It's not... I would hope that I would want a little bit more frills with exploring. You never know. Just depends on what your budget is. And here is the airlock, where you can store your suits. There are 4 spots for suits, a weapon rack, and the airlock. Airlock is on the starboard side of the ship. The only thing I have with this, the only beef I have with this at all, I mean, you'll see it when we open this, is there's the right wing. If you're going to be docking with anything, you're going to have to put that wing up. If you're in space, you're going to have to put that wing up. If it's down, I don't see how you're going to dock with anything with the wing down in flight mode. So, just kind of keep that in mind. Uh-oh. There we go. Woo! Don't want to be falling outside, everybody. That would be uncomfortable. But I do have to appreciate that not only does it have an airlock, but an actual airlock anti-room. To me, that kind of adds to the whole realistic expectations of what you're going to expect on a spaceship. Is you're going to have this anti-room where you can prep, and then 2-door airlock, which is really nice. There's only a few ships with that right now, I feel like. Including the Argo Raft, in fact. Moving on down we come into the habitation section of the ship. And right to the right is the mess hall in dining area. Again, one thing to really notice is all the exposed pipes and cables, really emphasizing that Drake aesthetic, which is so beautifully unique. Not much to see over here other than there's the cafeteria, food, utensils, plates. But I can't get over the Drake aesthetic because to me it feels so good. It feels real. This is something that they threw together. They didn't make it pretty. They sold it. It's functional. Count your blessings, it flies. We have our standard Drake bathroom right here with pull-out toilet and shower. Imagine that. You gotta go all the way through here to get to the bathroom. Shared bathroom. Over here, along this wall, is 3 of the rooms. There are 4 rooms total. These 3 happen to be at the hab unit side. Again, we have a very industrial look. It's very just basics. You got a bunk. You have cargo storage at the top there. Got a small little shelf for personals and your own personal closet. And, you know, you have some pipes to look at while you sleep. How wonderful. It's like that in every room. We'll just go ahead and open them so you take a peek. But yes, it's like this in every room. Every room's just slightly different, of course. I do love that aspect. Yep. Nice and beautiful. Right behind me, right next to the mess hall area here, is an elevator. Now, something unique about this elevator, something very unique about this elevator that I have never seen on a different ship, is you literally have roof access. You come up on top here and you can just look around from the top of your Corsair. Absolutely just wonderful. It also leads you down to the surface, which gives you something that the MSR does not. It has elevator access. You do not have to come in through the cargo bay every single time, which is a very nice change of pace. Thank goodness. I do wish they would add an elevator to the MSR already, give it 2 entrances, especially for how long it takes to get to the cockpit as it is. To my right and left are the 2 man turrets. So these kind of act like a hammerhead turret where they pop away from the body to give you more maneuverability. And then moving on down into the cockpit area here, we do have another room right here. Again, very low on the frills. Nothing even on the personal shelf there. You notice? I hope that's not the captain's quarters, but I imagine that would be. Right here, we do have the pilot and co-pilot seat. The co-pilot sits right behind the pilot, or so you thought. When you sit into the co-pilot seat, it swings on down to another section. Here you have access to look at the same thing that the pilot's looking at, plus you can control the rear remote turret. So, you do have that option, and again, you have all these wonderful buttons here. Look at that. I just love it. So, you do have a lot of things going on here. Ooh, hello. I'm going to leave you a little choppy there. Sorry, everybody. Oh, here we go. As you can see, the turret is got 300 rounds for a Badger. My gosh, you just never have to let go of the trigger. That's amazing, folks. Amazing. Something I always stress is that when it comes to keeping somebody's shields down, it's all about consistency, especially when you're using laser weapons. All right, you need to keep those shields from recharging and keep them from coming back up. And these, even though they're size 2s and they may not damage or destroy any hammerhead, they are going to be able to prevent it from recharging its shields. So coming back up here, we do have the pilot seat, What I do love, and I'm sure you've already seen quite a few videos of this ship, one of the few things I love is that there's an MFD on the floor. Yep, it's like they just got lazy and were like, we're done. We're done. We're done. We know that they want it. They can mount it themselves. Absolutely amazing. The ship is as you might feel, is a little cumbersome with flight. That's not too surprising considering its size. And it's not meant to be a fighter. And despite its weapon complements, it's not meant to be a fighter. But it is meant to explore, and it is meant to defend itself. Oops, I forgot to close the back rim. That's hilarious. So it's definitely a nice ship. Now, being 4 size 5 hard points and 2 size 4 hard points to the pilot, it does make this a very formidable ship coming at it head on. It is not going to take on fighters, though. You're just docking this. It's just not going to happen, okay? But, like you can see, you got 2 size 4s on the wings, 4 size 5s on the front. This thing shreds, and I mean it. And having flown this through a couple of bounties now, and I've done through a few ERTs, yes, I can shred through a hammerhead. So, when it comes to this, I think this is an excellent choice of a ship. I do think that this is the pirate's delight. Having the pilot-mounted weapons means that you don't have to have your entire crew in turrets to provide that much support. If you're taking on a cargo ship, your crew can then be the ones focusing on boarding. Now, granted, my organization does not partake in piracy, nor have we officially partaken in piracy, or otherwise. There is a member of our organization who has been found to be committing piracy. But for all of our pirates out there, this is an excellent ship addition to that ragtag fleet that you call a organization. So you have options here. This ship does have them, and it provides you plenty of support, plenty of turrets. I will say though, this ship does not have a lot of large arcs for defense. If you look underneath, you see that there's really no defense here. There's nothing there. You do have it on top and onto the sides and the front. This ship is not meant to it's just not meant to be surrounded. You're gonna have to keep moving as best you can. You're gonna have to rotate to get lines of sights on targets, on fighters circling you. If you're the pilot, you're gonna have to rotate so your turrets can get a clear view. Otherwise, you're pretty much going to be screwed. So, just remember that if you're in a multi-ship battle and you're taking on multiple ships, you're going to need some support, because if somebody gets in on your tail, you might be out of luck. So, this is, again, a very beautiful ship, a very fun ship. I've fallen more and more in love with it, especially as I've now upgraded its front guns to 85Bs, which is the size 5 Gatling guns, and it just, it melts the heart as well as the armor. So, make sure to check out this ship. At some point, if you've got a friend or family to try it out, please don't be afraid to try it out. Again, it's not any fast maneuvering ship. We're gonna spin, and it has wings, so expect some atmospheric drag. So thank you again, and enjoy this footage of Hammerheads blowing up. Okay. Just fired 4 level 1 missiles just to mess with the damn thing. Firing!
I'm just firing off all my level 3s.
Wow, they weren't joking.
Yeah, I know, that's the problem. You gotta come below the cloud cover or make him go above it.
There you go.
Nice. I have 21 bullets left.
I have 1,100 bullets left.
Now I have 0 bullets.